Hi there and welcome back. In this presentation series, we are going to talk about the current trend in the insurance industry and in the individual life underwriting and in the life insurance industry. So, whether you are a technical home office underwriter working for a particular company, you are welcome to join. But this presentation series is primarily intended to help out our field partners who are out there in the field, whether you be a captive agent to represent one company and dedicate your services to one particular company, and or if you are a broker trying to represent multiple companies and the customer as well to come up with the best possible offer. So that is another category of folks who may be watching this, and or you happen to be the ultimate customer who are the reason what we do, why we do. So with that being said, let's get started. The presentation series is the current trend in individual life underwriting and life insurance industry. So let's get started. As we know, regardless of what industry we are talking about, in any industry, customer is at the center. We are customer focused. What customer decides, that drives the business, right? So any industry, any business entity would try to acquire, retain and grow the customer. Simple. And in that process, what business entities do, the big corporations, they try to hire the best talent, the best employees. They think about what could be the best employees, the people, what should be the best process. Ease of doing business, that's what customers are looking for, right? So what should be the best process that as an employer or as a business entity one would want to incorporate to keep customers happy? What technology, what tools are to be used? These are the matters and the buzzwords nowadays, and the industry is changing. So I will make an attempt to review and give an overview of what has been happening since last 5 years, where we are today, and what may happen and continue to happen in the next 5 to 10 years that we will see in the industry. Okay, so innovation is the name of the game. Recall in 2000, Blockbuster used to have 9,000 stores, right? Sometime in 2007, Netflix came and they wanted to work with the Blockbuster, and Blockbuster said that we know what we are doing. Today, Blockbuster has only one store. 20 billion movies are being watched per year, so the movie business is still there. But the way ease of doing business with the customers matters more than ever before. Take another example of Kodak. Kodak used to capture 70% of the business in 2000, and there were about 80 billion photos taken per year. And today, people take 1.3 trillion pictures or photos a year, but Kodak is bankrupt. Why is that? So, innovation is the name of the game, and that's what we want to strive for, to make sure that what we are doing, why we are doing. With that perspective, let's take a look at what is going on in the life insurance industry as it relates to individual life underwriting, and what are the tools or the technology being used currently. And majority of the companies, or at least few to begin with, and now some companies are following wait and watch approach, and I'll get into the details of all these different tools. Just to give an overview, because I know that none of us are data scientists, or the actuaries, but just to give an idea about what is happening in the industry. So companies have started to pilot and use up to a point these tools, this technology to streamline the process, because it used to take 45 to 60 days from submission of the life insurance application, individual life, to get the final approval and the agents or the brokers gets paid. So from submission to commission, it used to take 45 to 60 days. Is there a way we can streamline the process and see that we can do this and bring it down to 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days? And that's the competition, and that is driving in the industry the leaders or the major companies to see up to what point they can use this technology. So instead of getting into the too much technicalities, I'll just give an overview of these different tools. Blockchain is a technology that will use large data and see how that can be used to streamline the process. MetLife has come up with providing pregnant ladies the coverage as it relates to gestational diabetes, for example. And there are many other companies, they have started to look into how they can use the blockchain and the use of that technology. Telemedicine has been in use in the healthcare industry. How we can quickly get the electronic health records. They have been doing that. In the life insurance industry, we have started using that telemedicine. Again, it's a piece of technology to help expedite the process. Artificial intelligence. Hey Siri, are you there?
Yes.
Never mind, thank you.
Yes, it is.
So I am using my smartphone to make a point and relaying the presentation on the smart TV. So artificial intelligence is basically a system that will analyze the data, correlate the data to arrive at a meaningful conversation, meaningful result, and try to learn from the data that they analyze and to make it used for a meaningful purpose. The example of Siri is nothing but the use of artificial intelligence. Predictive modeling. Predictive modeling is the tool that many companies have started using, and we will get into the details in the presentations to follow. So we will come back to the predictive modeling later. Machine learning. Machine learning, artificial intelligence is a wider term, and there are different segments of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is one of them. So, for example, if artificial intelligence is a human body, then machine learning could be considered as the brain or the heart of that body. Or you can say that artificial intelligence is a car, then machine learning is the engine inside the car. So machine learning is a technology or the piece of technology that can be used in the individual life underwriting. The next one is optical character recognition. So moving from paper to digital, moving from unstructured to structured data, moving from paper copy to PDF file, things like that. Those are the examples of optical character recognition. That is a piece of technology. The reinsurers have started piloting the use of this piece of technology to streamline the process and review the reinsurance treaties, and it brings a lot of value. It can expedite the process, it can reduce the cost, it can detect the issues in a timely manner. So that's optical character recognition. I have a few more and I will quickly go through because I know that we don't want to get into the too much technicalities. Natural language processing. As the title indicates, it is a language that machine use to communicate to man or the human being. So that's the natural language processing. Robotic process automation. Amazon and many companies are using this. When you have a stereotype work that needs to be done, large amount of work, repetitive nature, that kind of work can easily be, or as the word indicates, the process can be automated through robot. As simple as that. Chatbots is another piece of technology. For those of you who are agents and brokers, you know how many times you go through the conversation with potential or the ultimate customers, and whether they are buying the life insurance for the first time and or they are buying additional coverage, and you sit down with them and you talk to them, and then they say that 2 years ago they have had a mild heart attack, or now they are diabetic, so on and so forth. So what you do then, you pick up the phone and you would want to talk to the home office technical underwriter of any company, right? That conversation can be done through chatbots. So from Siri to Alexa to you name it. So hey, I have got a guy, that kind of conversation that typically happens between the home office underwriter and the agent or the broker, that can be done using this piece of technology. I think Lincoln Financial and some other companies have started using this. So it is yet to come in full swing. So the next one is stress and voice analytics. This is a technology. So imagine in a family environment when you are talking and the way you converse, your voice reflects the stress level. That can be analyzed, that can be detected. In a commercial corporate world, how the agents or the brokers are talking to the underwriters, how the underwriters are talking to the ultimate customers, or how the agents and brokers are talking to the ultimate customers. That can be analyzed, that can be used into the perspective to see how we can have a meaningful conversation to better serve our ultimate customers. Now, this can be used in a variety of scenarios. For example, stress and voice analytics in other industry, many companies are using while they provide the auto coverage. So you are driving a car, your driving pattern can be monitored through the stress and voice analytics. You may be using smartphone or the smartwatch. The data that you have to reflect what workout, exercise that you do every day, that can be stored and that can be used to give you credit or the discount in the life insurance application to better serve the customer, recognize and appreciate their good habits. That can be used through the stress and voice analytics. Smart ordering. Instead of traditional ordering, the use of technology and digital way to streamline the process. So lots of details are out there, and the data scientists and actuaries can go in more details as it relates to various technology and the tools that they are using. But these are the different tools that have been used since last 4 or 5 years. Some of these tools have been piloted by some of the leading providers in the life insurance industry. Some are still thinking about using it. There are various aspects, and to cover that, I think this is the slide that can give you, whether you are the technical underwriter, agent, broker, or the ultimate customer. This slide gives you the overview of what has been happening in the industry for years, or what has been going on in the industry since last 5 years, and or what may happen in the next 5-10 years to come. So let's take a pause and take a look at each one of these. The traditional or manual underwriting. The old days, everything used to be done manually. So the agent or the broker will submit the paper application, it goes to the home office, it will get indexed, numbered, then it will be assigned to the particular underwriter. Underwriter will review, will do the initial workup, and depending upon the age and face amounts, what are the details in the life insurance application he may be ordering, as appropriate requirements, maybe blood, urine, exam, EKG, medical records, so on and so forth. As and when this requirement comes, it will be reviewed